Race 7 on the card is an MR 79 handicap over 1,600 meters. Race 7 due off at 4:15. Now this is another very difficult handicap, but I'm going to be a little braver here. I'm going to suggest a short list of 4 or 5 runners. The principal contenders, of course, number 14 Arctic Tune comes into the race having won his second and third starts. He's on a hat-trick, he's lightly raced. Gareth Van Zyl has always let us know he's a good horse, a very good horse in the making, but he does have gate number 14 to overcome. We chatted to Gareth Van Zyl. Arctic Tune continues to improve back home, and despite his poor draw, a very, very sound effort is expected from the 3-year-old son of Noble Tune. So he has to go in. What of number 8, Global Ash? 3-year-old son of Global View from the Carl Hewitson stable. He's only had 4 starts. He's won twice. He won his debut at Fairview, but he was an impressive winner at Hollywood Bets Gravel on the Polytrack on the 4th of January. He's clearly a cut above the average. Nice to have Lyle Hewitson back in town, riding for his dad, Carl Hewitson, and Global Ash is another that has to go on to that short list. And in fact, if you want to cut this down all the way to 2 runners, you could do worse than just go with number 8 Global Ash and number 14 Arctic Tune, both of them progressive 3-year-olds with bright futures ahead of them. But there are a couple of other runners. Another 3-year-old is number 5 Lord Wiley. He scored a nice win over Here Comes the Rain last time out. That was over 1,400 meters. He steps up to the 1,600 here. When chatting to Wendy Whitehead, the further he goes, the better he should be. He's a very smart looking son of Wiley Hall. Donovan Dillon knows him well, so clearly number 5 Lord Wiley also fits that bill as a progressive 3-year-old and joins the shortlist with 8 Global Ash and 14 Arctic Tune. You can't possibly ignore number 5 Lord Wiley. The 2 best of the older campaigners that they come up against this trio of 3-year-olds, number 7, Spirit of My Fate, the Dennis Dreyer trained son of Master of My Fate. His form is good enough, he's got a neat draw, and just to include 1 or 2 older horses against those 3-year-olds, I would say that number 7, Spirit of My Fate, leads that charge, so he would be number 4 on my short list of 5. So who's number 5? Well, at this stage he's quoted at 25-1. But I implore you not to ignore number 3, Brass Bell. From the informed stable of Garth Puller, his rating has plunged all the way from an 89 recently to a 75. He gets a further 2.5 off the back for the services of Carl Straden, so effectively racing off a merit rating of 70. Yes, his last couple of runs have been below par, but he is better than that. And given his massive rating drop, the fact that he's drawn nicely, the fact that he's got an apprentice who's in good form and taking 2.5 off the back, don't ignore the chances of number 3, Brass Bell. He could certainly be the surprise package in this race. So to sum it all up, we're not going to go through them all. The 3-year-olds look to dominate. 5 Lord Wiley, 8 Global Ash, and 14 Arctic Tune. But I'm going to be throwing in 2 of the older horses, number 7 Spirit of My Fate and number 3 Brass Bell.